Now, alternating current lesson 4. In previous lessons, we learned when there was a resistance connected across an inductor connected to a source of EMF E, and there was a key. When the key was pressed, the current was growing, and it was not reaching the maximum value because the inductor was opposing the growth of current. And when the key was switched off, the current was also not decreasing to zero immediately. It was taking some time because this offers a resistance. This opposes the inductor, opposes the growth of current, that is the increase of current, and also the decay of current, that is reducing the current to zero. Now, similarly in this case, now instead of a inductor, we have a capacitor. We have a capacitor and a resistor connected in series. Here is a source of EMF. Here is a key. C is a capacitance of a capacitor. R is the resistance of a resistor. K is a Morse key. Let me explain you. And E is the source of EMF. A battery having EMF E. Now, let me first explain you the function of this key. Now, for example, in this position, let us analyze whether the circuit is complete or not. Look, whatever current starts from here, if you go this way, it is not finding a path here. It is disconnected, so the circuit is not complete. If you want to go this way, then this path is also not complete. So this is called the open position of the key, right? Now, when this key is pressed, this point comes to touch this point. This point of the key comes in contact with this point, and this point is lifted up. So when the key is pressed, now the circuit is complete. When this is pushed down, this point comes in contact with this point, and this part of the red part moves up. Means here it gets disconnected and here it gets connected. So the circuit is complete. So when the key is pressed, this point touches this point goes up. Because this key is fixed here, about this point, this red line can move like this. So when the key is pressed, then only the circuit is complete. So when the key is pressed, the battery EMF is connected with C and R in series. So whatever charge flows from here, the capacitor gets charged. Late at time t, some time t, Q is the charge in the capacitor and I is the current. And in electrostatics, we have studied the potential difference across a capacitor is Q by C, because we had derived for a capacitor in electrostatics, the charge stored in a capacitor Q is equal to its capacitance. This is C is a constant. C is a constant, and how much it was that? C was equal to epsilon naught A by D, where A is the area of each plate, epsilon naught is a constant, D is the distance between the plates, so this is a constant. So C is a constant. So V is what you can change. V is the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor. From this, if you take C to this side, so V, the potential difference across the capacitor is Q by C. What do you mean by this? As more and more charge gets stored on the two plates of the capacitor, as Q increases, the potential difference across the capacitor increases. Means, as more and more Q is pushed into the capacitor, if you connect a voltmeter across these two points, then the reading of V, not this V, the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor is your V. As more and more Q gets into the plates of the capacitor, the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor, V, increases. Now apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. Let us start from here. Going from positive to negative. So for this, minus q by c from a higher potential to lower potential. So minus q by c. This is what I explained in solving numericals in current electricity. Going from here to here, there is a drop potential. So minus I into R, minus I into R. So I started from here, I have arrived up to this point, then along this path come here, going from negative to positive, there is an increasing potential. So plus E is equal to 0. That is, sum of the EMFs in a closed circuit is 0. That is what we did in current electricity. Now, bring these two terms to the right hand side. So capital E becomes Q by C plus IR. Right? IR. Now is very simple. Now the understanding. When the capacitor is fully charged, Q was the charge at some instant t. As more and more charge is getting into, at some point of time it will have the maximum charge. Let that maximum charge is Q naught. Q is equal to Q naught, the maximum. And once becomes Q maximum, it becomes a constant. And derivative of a constant is 0. And we know I is equal to rate of change of charge. We used to write Q by T. If the value of Q is known, T is known, then just put the value. If Q is changing with respect to time, then we have to write I is equal to dQ by dt. Right? How the charge is stored per unit time. So I is equal to dQ by dt. If Q is maximum, is constant, derivative of a constant is 0. So now come back to equation 1. That is this equation. When Q is maximum, your I is equal to 0. So if this is Q naught, then this is 0. 0 into this thing is 0. So E is equal to Q naught by C. So that is what I am explaining here. So from equation 1, E is equal to Q naught of C. I is equal to 0 into R is 0. So E is equal to Q naught over C. Now put this value of U, Q naught over C, in equation 1. E is equal to, that is here, E is equal to Q naught over C, right? So E is equal to Q naught over C is equal to Q by C plus dQ by dt, because this is current into R. Now bring this Q by C to this side. C in the denominator, so 1 by C is taken common, left with Q naught minus Q. On this side is dQ by dt into R. Now let us rearrange this, right? Now take C to this side, R into C. So okay, let us do it this way. Just cross multiply this, take Q naught minus Q to this side and keep it below dQ, right? Take dt from this side to this side. It was in the denominator, it will come to the numerator. R was in the numerator here. When this comes to this side, it will be divided in the denominator. So 1 by RC dt is equal to this. Rearranging the terms by cross multiply, by changing sides. So let us write on the left hand side and this on the right hand side. 1 by RC dt. Now let us integrate. So now let us integrate. Integration of this is equal to integration of this. dQ by Q naught minus Q is equal to 1 over RC dt. Now, this integration is this. I will tell you how it is this in a different ways. So, 1 by RC is a constant taken out. Integration of dt is t plus some constant of integration. How this integration is this, I will tell you in the last page of this lesson. But let us proceed further. Now, then how to find the value of k so that we can put it here. Now, that is the understanding. Now, how to find the value of k? That is the integration constant. Now look, at t is equal to 0, q is equal to 0. Why do you say so? Just in the beginning, when this was just switched on, it has just begun to, the capacitor has just started getting charged. At t is equal to there is no charge. As t increases, the charge will increase. So at t is equal to 0, the charge on the capacitor is 0. So at t is equal to 0, q is equal to 0. Put this condition in equation 2. Put this condition in equation 2 here. Put t is equal to 0 and q is equal to 0. Then we'll find the value of k. If this becomes 0, 0 into this thing becomes 0. So on this side we are left with k. So its value is on the left side by putting q is equal to 0. So, so at t is equal to 0, there is no charge in the capacitor. The capacitor has just started getting charged. So putting in equation 2, we get k is equal to this. Now I have to put q is equal to 0 here also. So q is equal to 0 because at t is equal to 0. So minus log eq naught. Minus log eq naught is equal to k. Minus log eq naught is equal to k. Is equal to, so put q is equal to 0. So this becomes minus log q naught. Minus log q naught. On left side I am left with k. So this is the value of k. Now put this value in equation 2. In this equation, put this value of k, the integration constant, here. So let us put it. So by putting, so this was the left side of equation 2, minus log e, log with respect to base e, natural logarithm, q naught minus q t by rc minus this. This is the value of k that we put in equation 2. Now, so now multiply this equation both left and right by minus 1. If you multiply with minus 1, so this becomes positive. So this becomes negative and this becomes positive. Now make the side changes. Now bring this to the left hand side. So minus log q naught with respect to base e. On this side we are left with minus t by rc. Is the log of one thing minus log of another thing. Means log x minus log y will be equal to log x over y. The formula is in logarithm. Using this expression formula, this term becomes log q naught minus q over q naught on right hand side minus t by rc. Right. So what is the meaning? Means e when raised to this power will give you this number which I have explained. Log of 100 with respect to base 10. What is the meaning? 10 to the power 2 is equal to 100. Logarithm of 64 with respect to base 8. 8 to the power 2 is equal to 64. Right. Logarithm of 64 with respect to base 2. Means 2 has to be multiplied how many times to get 64? 2 to the power 6. 2 to the power 6. 2 into 2 into 2. Again 2 into 2 into 2. 8 into 8, that is equal to 64. That is the meaning of logarithm. So e to the power this will be q naught minus q over q naught. So that is what I am writing in the next page and explaining further. So e to the power minus t by rc is equal to this. So this is a minus b by c. A minus b by c is equal to a by c minus b by c. Therefore, this is q naught by q, that is 1 minus q over q naught is this. Now, bring this term to the left hand side, this becomes positive, take this to the right hand side, so 1 minus e to the power minus t by rc. Now cross multiply. So cross multiplying, this was in the denominator, this comes to this side, there are two terms, so this will be kept in a bracket. So q is equal to q naught within bracket 1 minus e to the power minus t by rc. What is the meaning? This is the final expression. This is the charge stored in the capacitor when the key is pressed in time this time. Means if t is 1 second, put t is equal to 1 second. If t is equal to 2 seconds, if you are asked to find out what is the charge in the capacitor after switching on the key after 2 seconds, then put t is equal to 2 seconds. If you are asked to find what is the charge in the capacitor at 1 minute after 1 minute of switching the key, then put here 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, right? And value of E is equal to is a standard thing, it is known. Now, this term R into C is called your time constant tau. Why it is called time constant? If you put the dimension of R and C, it will come out to be the dimension of time. Therefore, it is called time constant. The symbol is tau. So for RC, I am writing tau. Now where tau is RC called the time constant. Right? Now let us see. If the value of R is given and value of C is given, suppose putting these two values, this comes out to be 2 seconds. Means if you put tau here for this, if t is equal to tau, means in this much time, what is the charge in the capacitor? Let us find out. Let the circuit work for t is equal to RC seconds. Means whatever is the value of R and whatever is the value of C. Suppose this into this when multiplied gives you 2 seconds. Then what is the charge in the capacitor after 2 seconds? Means after one time constant. So put it here. So Q is equal to Q naught 1 minus e to the power minus t by RC. This expression for t, put t is equal to RC. RC cancel, so e to the power minus 1. So this becomes Q naught 1. E to the power minus 1 is 1 by E. So E has a standard value 1 minus 1 by E. This is the standard value of E. Now, if you put this thing in a calculator, this comes out to be 0.632 times Q naught. So after this much time, whatever is the value of R and C given in the circuit, after that much time, means after one time constant of time, the charge in the capacitor is 0.632 times the maximum charge that it can hold. This can be written as 63.2% of Q naught. After how much time? After time this much, after one time constant. So if after you are to find out what is the charge in the capacitor at 2 time constant, for t you have to write 2 RC, right? If you are asked to find what is the charge in the capacitor after 3 time constant, then for t you have to write 3 RC. That is what you have to do. Now, I'm only left with a few things. Now, next question is at what time the Q will be maximum? That is very interesting. We just derived charge in the capacitor Q at any time t is given by Q naught. That is the maximum charge that it can hold, whole into 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau, and your tau was equal to the time constant. Its dimension is the dimension of time, that is second. So now look, it will have maximum charge, means this Q will become this Q naught. So for Q, put Q naught. So this cancels with this. So I am left with 1, on this side is 1 minus e to the power this. Bring this to the left hand side, 1 to this side, 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, this can be written as 1 over this is equal to 0. This is a fraction, on the numerator it is 1. Then how it will be 0? If the denominator is very large, that is infinitely large. If you divide 1 by a very large number, then only it will be approaching 0. So this has to be infinite. So e to the power t by tau is infinite. And when this will be infinite, this is constant, this is constant. If this becomes infinite, so t is equal to infinite. So it will take infinite time to be fully charged. That is what I have explained here. To this side is time, to this side is charge. it started growing. It does not reach the maximum value immediately. It grows like this. It grows like this, right? So if you say from here to here is Q naught, that is, this part is 100%, and that 63% which I explained you, 63.2%. 63.2% after one time constant, then 63.2% from here to here is 100%, that is Q naught. So half of this from here to here is 50%. So from 50% plus the rest to make it 63. So this time from here to here is T is equal to RC, and here it is equal to 63.2% of Q naught, right? So now you might be wondering that integration, how you might be wondering how the integration of this is equal to this. Let us check that. If the integration of this is this, then the derivative of the right hand side should be equal to integration of this is same. This can be written like this. If the integration of this is this, then the derivative of this must be equal to this. So the derivative of this must be equal to this. Let us check that. Let us differentiate this with respect to dq. So that is what I am doing. Differentiation of this with respect to dq. Minus is a constant, taken out -1. So this becomes derivative of this with respect to this multiplied by d q naught minus q over dq. This cancels. This remains same thing as this. By doing so, this comes under the formula, that is 1 by x. Derivative of log x with respect to dx is equal to 1 by x. So this minus sign here, so 1 by x, where x is equal to q naught minus q. You can compare q naught minus q. So this part becomes dq naught by dq minus dq by dq, dq naught by dq minus dq by dq. And q is the maximum value of the charge, that is a constant. Derivative of a constant is 0. So this part becomes 0. This is 1. So is this. So is equal to this minus comes here, becomes positive. So 1 by q naught minus q. So therefore this is justified. Means integration of this. This is same thing as this. So integration of this is equal to this. We concluded because the differentiation of this factor is equal to this 1 by q naught minus q. So that is all about. Okay.